But what's big for you lately has been TikTok Live.
Yeah.
So we've been talking about this a lot, growing a personal brand, growing strength. But TikTok Live, you've gained over 5,000 followers in the last 2 weeks, about 2 weeks.
Yep.
How have you noticed, like, you've been able to be your authentic self and gain followers, gain loyal followers through this TikTok Live where you can be authentically you? I want you to just iterate, like, how important maybe growing your personal brand can be on TikTok Live.
All right, so let me take a step back and say, like, if I was trying to go TikTok Live 4 years ago,
Yeah.
how Shane Scar was 4 years ago, I don't think people would be as interested because I didn't have as much to back up.
Wow.
Because now, like, I'm not saying I'm somebody now, but I am more experienced and I can give more value.
You're a few steps up the ladder. So I like to say it, look, you're a good amount of steps. So someone watching me or you, it's like someone that's at step 0, step 1, step 2. I don't know how many steps there are, but if you're at step 7, dude, they have so many steps of knowledge they can learn from you.
Right.
If I'm step 2, step 3, someone that's still at step 1, step 0 can still learn from me.
Totally.
And like you've stepped so far up that ladder that they can ask you questions in different aspects in your life. And if they're trying to start their own fitness brand, if they're trying to be successful on balancing deep work and discipline, it's like you have some knowledge on that.
Totally.
And then they can go and see if, hey, does this work for me?
Yes. Because it goes with strength what we offer right now. If I didn't know how to do, like, because I got certified in coaching, for example.
Yeah.
We have managers of coach. I manage coaches now. We couldn't offer strength training and give this fitness and nutritional advice if I wasn't in good shape. So it goes back to everything. It goes back to how you work on yourself first. You got to fill your cup before you can fill other people's. I've always told myself that. So you continue to develop yourself and really dive into that self-improvement seasons, right? Where you're reading every day, you're meditating, you're doing the inner work, you're having that experience of going through the L's of going 100K in debt. I got so many people to reach out after seeing that video because that I haven't talked to in years. They're like, dude, I just saw that video. Holy crap. Like, massive props. And I said, thank you so much. Because I shared it because I didn't. And then when I was in it, I'm like, I'm not going to tell anybody I'm in debt. But
you don't want pity. You don't want you don't want that.
And I also don't do it for boasting. I want to say, hey, I was in this situation.
Vulnerable.
Totally. You have to be vulnerable. You have to share, hey, I was in a really dark spot. You might be in this situation right now, but trust it. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. You just have to keep showing up. So that's what I'll say with the TikTok lives is anybody can do it. But of course you have to inevitably put in the back end work. So you're somebody I don't want to say like worth listening to, but like you can provide value and actually help that person. Cause I get questions about everything, fitness, personal branding, and business. And then just life. They'll say, what's your tattoo? I'm like, hey, check it out, blah, blah, blah. Then I get into my story about faith.
Yeah. So
That was a lot.
no, I think that's important because a lot of people are going to try to go out and spread a message, but they haven't done, I'm not saying the work, but they haven't invested at all in themselves. Whereas like
Right.
for me and you, I know we've put like a lot of work. I'm still 22. As I said in the last podcast, I know I don't know so much. And the whole thing with the process, I don't think I've said this on the podcast yet. It's the process of me gaining knowledge and gaining wisdom from my guests. My guests are going to provide the knowledge and the wisdom, and I'm doing work at the same time to gain knowledge and wisdom. So through reading books, through reading the word, through interacting with the guest, so that it's the process of 2 to 3 years down the line. Now I have knowledge and wisdom, and now I'm providing knowledge and wisdom along with the guest.
It's genius. Bro, it's like, okay, because you can learn through your own experiences or you can learn through other people's, and you'll learn way faster through other people's. You're a genius. You're a genius.
Dude, 100%, because I think me and Hayden talked about this, but thinking you know more than you know is so ignorant.
Yeah.
And that's where, like, even you said, like, I know a lot. I'm about to hit $1 million in revenue this next year, but I still know there's a lot I don't know.
Going off of that, they say that there's 3 types of people. They're lazy, stupid, or ignorant. And majority of people are ignorant. They think they know everything. They think, oh, I don't need to listen to that. I don't need to work on myself or listen to other people's opinions because my way is the highway. My way is the way. Like, I know better.
Yeah.
But then you actually listen to other people's perspectives and try to put yourself in their shoes. I feel like one thing that is really important for all business owners and just people in general you got to be sympathetic, and you have to be good at putting yourself in other people's shoes, because if you can't see things from other perspectives, you won't be able to see where someone's coming from. I don't believe that anybody has bad intentions. Okay, maybe they do. Okay, let me word this right. I don't think anybody thinks they're in the wrong sometimes. Oh, how do I say this?
I can almost agree with that, but I think some
wording it
people
right.
no. I get what you're going for.
Everybody. Okay, like think about the villains, right?
Yeah.
Like think about the Joker. He doesn't
Yeah.
think, but he's
His
also
backstory, bro, has created him,
right.
and he might be subconsciously acting the way he does.
Yeah.
And those are the problems people haven't dove into. So it's like
Yeah.
you never know what is making someone act the way they're making. I think that's what you're putting down.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to pick. That you're picking up what I'm putting down now. Like, if someone is talking crap about you, it says more about them than you.
Yes.
That's what I'm trying to say.
100%, man.
It's
a lot of
projection.
the beef or the hate that people are going to throw your way is because of the insecurities that are rooted in themselves. Like,
Yeah.
if you're getting hate, Shane, like your brand, whatever, it's because they wish they started that brand, but guess
Yeah.
what? Someone else did. They took the action, and they're jealous, man.
Yeah.
And that's something that hopefully they can come to terms with. They can look at, why am I being this way to this person? Why am I saying these mean things to someone who's actually just trying to go and provide value to others to get in shape, to give them good fitness apparel, this kind of thing. And that's some work they have to do on themselves. No one else is going to do it for them, man. No one's going to help you when you're in that state, when you're a villain or a victim. Villain being the person who puts others down, and victim being the person who everything is happening to them. Like
Yeah.
you said in your video, man, you said happening for you or happening to you. There's a big, how you word things is huge. For us, it's everything's happening for us. Even when they're bad things, man, they're happening for us. You know, say that relationship ends. God's closing that door for us, even though it hurts in the moment. Or say, you know, but versus that relationship ends for someone else, oh, it's happening to me. And they're down about it. But they don't see that light that, like, wow, God's closing a door that should never be open for me.
Totally. And piggybacking off that too, if you see somebody else succeeding, that doesn't mean you can't succeed. It means there's a greater chance you can.
Yes. And that comes to abundance mindset. So let's say that. Let's dive into this like further. Is
Yeah.
strength is in a competition with brands like Young LA, Gymshark, Raw Gear, just to name a few, Dark Sport, whatever. So these are big brands. And whereas someone would see it like, wow, how do I ever amount to these brands that have grown so big? But when you look at it in abundance, man, that just shows, hey, these people are buying all these clothes. If I'm putting out the best stuff, that's a place where I can sell and be authentic and be in that top 10% of fitness brands, whatever it is. And so how do you look at something in abundance versus scarcity when you're a smaller brand climbing up the ladder?
Dude, huge question. Obviously, nowadays, to start a fitness brand or just a clothing brand in general, these days, it's a lot harder. Like, I don't know if I could start a clothing brand in 2024. But I'm not trying to count anybody out.
No.
Also, if anybody's listening to this interested in starting one, I'm happy to share my supplier. I'll do that with anybody. Like,
Yeah.
it helps everybody. That's the abundance mentality you got to have, because why? Like, everybody benefits when you help somebody out. I don't know how, I don't know. Many people think that if somebody else is succeeding, it means you're losing. It's not the case, dude. I start every day with the meditations, remember?